this week's video, we're putting up a fence. If you stretch your fence, you'll get more out of it, it'll be tighter, and you'll get a better install. You don't really need any special tools to stretch fence. We're going to be using a ratchet strap, and we're going to show you how it's done. So we're going to be using a ratchet strap. We're going to hook it on 6 inches down from the top and about 6 inches up from the bottom. Now all we need to do is ratchet this tight until we get the tension that we want on the fence. Okay. There are specialty tools that they make for this, but you can stretch a fence with a ratchet strap or a come along. Now that we have the right tension on our fence, we're going to put some staples in our corner post to help hold it. Now that we have our fence attached to the corner post, we can release the tension on the ratchet strap. But what I like to do is go along first and attach the fence to all the posts before I release the tension on the ratchet. You can do it either way, but that's just me.
I'm just going to show you again real quick how we did this. We attached the top of the strap here and the bottom down here. And that's about 6 or 8 inches from the top and the bottom. And then we attached the ratchet strap in the center of that strap and pulled it toward the tree. Nothing fancy here, we just went around the tree and ratcheted it tight. That's all there is to it, but now I have to wind up these ratchet straps.
Now we're on the porch talking to Papa about fence. What do you think about how we were stretching the fence and how that went?
Yeah, well, when you boys were putting that fence up and you were, tightening it, you had put the hooks on the top and the bottom of the fence. And, because you had a lot of extra length of fence when you were tightening it, it didn't seem to cup very much. But if you had a shorter section of fence, it's going to cup when you make it tighter. And so it makes it hard to put on the post, to staple to the post. So one thing that a person could do if they don't have, if they have that problem, you can put 2x4s on there. Say we have a 4-foot high fence, you want to say 4-foot long 2x4s. Basically one on each side, sandwich the fence in between, put 2 or 3 screws in there. You're just trying to clamp it to hold the fence straight. Have a little bit of fence sticking out beyond just to get your strap on there, and just pull it tight.
What other kinds of things can you use to stretch a fence, and what is the weirdest thing you've used to stretch a fence?
Well, you could use a come along, or those are ratchet straps. You guys were using ratchet straps that, just tie stuff down in a truck bed with, and nothing fancy at all. Probably the most interesting thing I've tightened fence with is a skid loader. We were putting up a long section, I don't know, is it 200 feet? And there wasn't any trees in the way. There's nothing to tie onto. And, we just put a strap on the fence the way you guys did. Had a board on there and put the strap around the bucket of skid loader. I just backed up the skid loader till it was tight. If you're doing that, you want to be very careful. You could, screw things up pretty easy, pretty fast, with a skid loader. There was a farmer that had a tractor out in the field, and he just attached the straps onto the tractor. Actually, he had a come along, and he had a strap that went from the top and the bottom of the fence over to the come along. He just ratcheted that thing using the tractor, as his anchor point. You don't have to have trees nearby. You can use whatever whatever you can pull against, you can use.
Why is it important to stretch a fence?
If you don't stretch your fence, it can be all floppy or wavy between the posts and things like that. You also can stretch it pretty far. The tighter it is, it goes up nice and tight. It looks good. You get a little more out of your fence as well.
That's all we have for this week's video about stretching fence. We hope you enjoyed it. God bless, and we'll see you on the next one.